Bienvenue à Restaurant Les Zero. The full course for today is for Selena, the Abyssal Witch. This new assassin will bring forth an awesome and nasty new style and meaning to the words unpredictable and original. My name is Zero, and we'll kick you off with some delicious appetizers. Reference the comment section for numbers to skip to a certain part in the video. We will break this down into the main entrees, overview, combos, possible techniques, best recommended build, and finally an overall rating. Dessert will be a mini mashup of all the kills I amassed in the process of gathering footage for the video. I hope you find this guide to be the best, and if you don't, please leave suggestions. I'm always looking to improve. Now that you've gone through the juicy appetizers, it's time to go straight into the first entree, Selena's in-depth overview. Selena's solo queue rating is 7 out of 10 due to the fact that her skills allow for proper diving with escapes, stuns, and slowdowns. An excellent choice for solo queue that doesn't require you to rely so much on your teammates. Selena's 3 to 5 man rating is 9 out of 10 because of the multiple types of team combos that can be unleashed. Teammates need to keep in mind not to dive until at least one mark of death is above their target's head. Now I know that's not the proper term, but that's what I'm going to call it. The durability rating for Selena is 6 out of 10 because of her form switches, which give movement speed buffs, and although she is most vulnerable in her ranged form, it can be very hard to reach her due to her traps, and even her melee form boasts a shield that comes in super handy when diving or when being ganked. Don't let the fragile looks fool you. If you're afraid of creepy monster things, you will certainly learn to fear Selena's purple alien worm creature. This monster, along with the nasty chain combos for Selena, will ground you in the power of magic damage, which Selena has a whopping 9 out of 10. The gank susceptibility of a good Selena is going to be rather low. You will have to catch her off guard. Plus, her trap placement having no range, limit, nor mercy makes it very difficult for you to sneak up on her. Your best chances are early game, so that's a 5 out of 10 from me. When that slimy worm thing comes flying at you from far, far away, fear. Fear for your life, and simply give up if the thing has a coil going around it, because that means you just got served. Selena's ganking power is unrivaled in the current meta. The only heroes capable of achieving ganks as crafty and precise as Selena are probably Jawhead and Cho. This is a 9 out of 10. You know, Alice calls herself the queen, but you need the true presence of death to extol fear amongst your enemies. Things only heroes like Lancelot, Fanny, Guzhin, and Kagura can exert. Welcome, the second queen of Don't Mess With Me. Ah yes, lane rotation power. A power enjoyed by the few, the proud. A trait so strong it can turn the tide of the game. This Mistress of Darkness can constantly spawn her form switch to achieve results that fall behind only slightly from the best. 8 out of 10. If the fastest farming thing alive achieves blue in a matter of seconds, then Selena's farming power is no scrub either, and it just gets faster and faster as the game progresses. Alright, here's a heavy hitter. The one point I will probably get knocked on the most for, I am fairly certain you would or should always let your mages get blue first, so in order for Selena to shine bright early game, she will need blue. The only scapegoat she has is the power of cooldown reset on form switch working as a pseudo blue if necessary. My verdict is yes. Personally, I learn heroes very fast, with the exception of Fanny. One of the most difficult heroes to learn as well is Kagura, and she's my main, so trust me when I say it's hard to learn how to play Selena. That and 200 plus MS definitely helps. So, what sets apart someone who plays Fanny or Kagura and gets some decent plays, or someone with simpler combos but tons of timing like Cho or Hellcurt. Mastery. If the hero is already hard to learn, then mastering is only that much harder. Mastering Selena will require some serious work and dedication. A 9 out of 10. The only thing remotely close is Fanny. Alright, Zero, I get it. She's a tough one to use, but if I can play her, how difficult can her combos mean? I mean, all I have to do is land the stun, engage, spam skills, right? No! If you land a combo on an enemy with Selena, that's great. But if you don't use your passive wisely and waste it on skill spam, you could be ganked, grounded, or killed. There's a 10 out of 10 combo difficulty, and it's all based on timing and knowing when to use that dash. Why do I even have this as a point, you say? Because people still make ADC or weird builds with like 16 blood wings, and that's okay. But her best fitting role is as an assassin, and a magical one at that. If her solo queue rating was 7 out of 10, doesn't that mean she doesn't really rely on her team? Bingo! That's correct. Her team dependency is a whopping 3 out of 10. Just keep in mind that teamwork makes the dream work, and there can be some nasty, nasty teamworks with her. Let's say an ally needs some assistance from the ravenous enemy team and you're trying to help them escape. So what's the best peeling effort you can make as Selena? Well, you can try to set up traps and hope your ally follows them, slowing down the enemies in the process. She doesn't have any mega killer peeling ability, but it isn't non-existent either. I'll give her a 4 out of 10 for this one. Baiting ability, oh boy. Before you go all crazy on me, hear me out. In my book, it's one thing to have high ganking power, and it's a whole other monster to have baiting power. Let me ask you something. Would you not bite this bait? I would've, but probably won't after seeing what Slime Blob Alien 2.0 does. Don't fall for the cute countenance, guys. She's like a mermaid. Nice, until you get eaten by Slime Blob Alien 2.0. She can bait harder than your favorite waifu in a yukata. 8 out of 10. As our good friend Beyonce says, if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Say goodbye to your hard-earned battle points because she wants it all, including your soul. Hey, Slime Blob Alien 2.0 doesn't live off of battle points only, right? Just like any other cute mage girl, I envision her popularity to go way off the charts upon release, and that's perfectly normal. I will argue that Selena's best fitting lane is the mid lane, in order to get fed faster, but she's completely functional in all 3 lanes. Not many heroes boast the ability of being both melee and ranged. Probably Roger does, but not many more do. When you have both options, it adds to the complexity and uniqueness of the hero, a trait that Selena has been granted. If you follow my build recommendation, you can rest assured that you have the best build out there. As such, the core items for Selena are the Necklace of Durance, the Ice Queen Wand, and then the Lightning Truncheon. Selena's strengths are high mobility, damage, crowd control, tower diving, sniping, chasing, combo chains, and Slime Blob Alien 2.0. Her weaknesses are that she requires tons of time to learn, she's hard to control, requires decent MS, and she can be focus ganked. Moving on to counters, Selena will counter many and most heroes, but more directly counters sneaky assassins with the exception of Lance and Hellcurt. While we're on the edge of a good hero release, you may ask yourself, well, what counters her? How can I avoid dying to Slime Blob Alien 2.0? Well, the most prominent counters are high damage or high crowd control enemies. Enemies such as Jawhead, Alpha, Lancelot, Hellcurt, Saber, Cho, Hayabusa, and any marksman with a good gank. Let's imagine this scenario. You can't play her, but your friend is OP with her. Well, how can you help your friend out to achieve victory and get that gold star? There's a good list of synergy combos for her. Among them are Ruby, Cho, Franco, Hylos, Kagura, Hayabusa, and Freya. There should be many more, but I'll leave that up to you guys and your imagination of what can combo good with her. The final bite of your first entree is an opinion on how good she is early, mid, and late game, and I would say that they're all very good, but early game is very dependent on blue and the availability of that buff. Late game, I don't think it has as big of an impact. I hope you found entree number 1 pleasing. Here is the second course of the video. Tips. The following tips are based on mid lane play, but if you have to go side lane, make sure you have a buff. I recommend buying the second tier purple jungle item because it syncs well with Selena and Slime Blob Alien 2.0's color palette. Oh, and it also gives extra damage, gold, and XP. Make sure you cast a purple mark with your skill 1 on the jungle monster before going into crazy mode. Do not use your second crazy mode skill unless there is at least 1 mark on the monster. This will allow you to avoid thirsty enemies from stealing your life in a blue buff gank by allowing you to double dash and run away as long as you hit the monster on the way out. While we are on the subject of the marks, let's break them down and explain how they work and what they do. First of all, in order to cast a mark on an enemy, you must cast either your skill 2 or your skill 1 in the kawaii form. Doing so summons a mini slime blob, if using skill 1, to place a mark above their head, and using her skill 2 will apply a short stun depending on the distance from where you cast it and where it lands. If you were to cast skill 2 over a very long distance, you would stun the enemy for 4.5 seconds. If you were to cast a skill over a previously placed trap, Slime Blob Alien 2.0 gets a cool spiral buff that increases the damage the skill does, increases the damage that the Slime Blob Alien does when it does the shark bite, and also provides 2 marks upon hit. This leads me to my next point, in regards to the shark snake bite. If you cast your skill 1 in kawaii form, enemies receive the black ring of death. This ring functions as a reminder to your enemies that Slime Blob 2.0 is coming, and he's hungry for them legs. Shark Snake Bite functions primarily as a trap and can be used to reveal enemy positions as they creep up on you or your allies. A bonus slowdown effect of 70% is added, which decays over time when trap hits. Moving over to her Roger wishes he could be this intimidating form, Selena boasts of a melee range skill 1 that grants her a mini pounce and shield combo. Just like Shark Bite, having a mark over the enemy amplifies the damage, but it will consume 1 mark when used. Now her second skill in this form is probably what makes her really good. It's a dash charge type damage skill, but it really shines when tower diving or running away. Here's why. At the price of 1 purple mark, Selena can dash hit an enemy, and the cooldown for the skill of the dash is reset, similar to Lancelot's first active. You thinking of the combos yet? But before we get to that, let me point out that both form changes can be done while moving, and that she gains movement speed while doing so. Last, but certainly not least, the one thing you will repeatedly savor and have an insatiable hunger for, the combos. I was making this section up, I thought it would be a short and rare serving, but in the end it came out to be medium rare steak with all the combos that I thought of. The combos will seem a little bit more complex, but don't worry too much. I'm going to just tell you how to keep them in your mind. So we'll start with the basics. Combo A will be skill 1 and then followed by skill 2 in her normal human mode. This is called Boosted Shark Snake Bite, also known as the Snipe. Combo B is called Form Switch Charge Slash, and what I mean by this is that once you change forms into her dash form, you charge up your first skill before you dash, allowing you to pounce on enemies after a dash. This is a very, very violent combo that will be chained later on. Combo C is less of a combo and more of a situation. Triple Trap. If an enemy falls into 3 traps at once or in a successful combination, you have accidentally triggered Combo C. Combo D is called Speed Run, and all it is switching forms using 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, 3-2. And all it is you spamming that dash skill because of the skill cooldown reset. Chain 1 is called Tower Diving Violet Spark. You use combo A to go to combo B, then dash out with your skill 2 in the crazy form. Chain number 2 is called Chase Down, and it starts off in crazy mode. You charge up your skill 1, follow it with a skill 2, then change your form into number 3, use combo A, then use combo B. This will effectively slow down, stun, and break the distance between you and your enemies. The last chain I have for you guys is called Ensnare, and it happens after 2+ traps hit. They cause a massive slowdown. You follow that up with a skill 1 for a more slowdown effect. Add a stun from skill 2, knock up into combo B, use skill 1 as a finisher, and you win.
The full moon, yeah, we gon' get wild. Stressed out, you don't want get too close. Stand down before we put you and all of your men down. Fire squad camo, kicking through the door. Keep firing till the clippers on the floor. Reload. Chain bang against my chest like whoa. $1 million mind from the west side, yo. The full moon, yeah, we gon' get wild, yo. Stressed out, you don't want get too close. Stand down before we put you in